Accidents can happen at any time, and if you find yourself in need of a visit to the emergency room, you really can't do any better than Avail Hospital on Nelson Road. Lance Armentor is the CEO, and he's here to tell us about the services that they offer in that emergency room, which is open 24/7.
Yeah, thank you for having us here today.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to talk a little bit about Avail and what we offer in the emergency room, and one of the things that we pride ourselves in is our door-to-doctor wait times. On average, you can expect, if you come to Avail, to see a doctor in less than 10 minutes.
That's even in the emergency room?
That's in the emergency room, and we really pride ourselves on that. We really try to maintain that patient focus. In fact, I had a patient the other day tell me that she was actually on her way to being discharged and she was still filling out her registration paperwork. So those good experiences are what we as administration love to hear about.
Most definitely, because when you're hurt or you're sick and you've gone to the emergency room, there's nothing worse than waiting 4 or 5, sometimes more than that, hours to see a physician. But at Avail, 10 minutes and they've got you in there and checking you out already. What services can we get in the emergency room? Are we talking about everything we get in any emergency room?
So that's one thing that one of the misconceptions that's out there about Avail. And at any hospital that you would visit, Avail offers the same service line. So if you come to RER, it's no different than going to any other hospital around the area, or even if you're visiting a neighboring town like Baton Rouge or something. Coming to Avail, and we do get a lot of travelers that come in, especially being located next to casinos, we offer the same service lines that any other hospital offers.
And I think a lot of people think of Avail as being kind of a boutique hospital, something really kind of special, which it is, but the cost is the same as anywhere else you go, and you take all the same insurance.
Absolutely. So a couple of the misconceptions out there, being a micro hospital or boutique hospital, as people call it, is that there could be a membership fee or it could cost more to go because of all the service lines. And let me tell you, on average, what I hear from the patients that I talk to is that it actually costs them less to come to Avail. So
don't worry about getting into that emergency room because you're not going to have a huge bill at the end of the day.
Correct.
All right. Let's talk about some of the specialists as well. If sometimes when you go into the ER, you need a follow-up with a specialist if you've broken a limb or something like that. Can Avail help us with that process as well?
No, and absolutely. So we have cardiology on call. We have orthopedics on call. We have close relationships with a lot of specialists in the area that we talk to on a daily basis. One of the things that we do special at Avail is, for instance, if you came in and you needed a follow-up appointment with that orthopedic, we're not just going to tell you, hey, you need to follow up with your orthopedic or you need to follow up with your primary care physician. In our business model, we're going to make those appointments for you. We're going to schedule the days and times for you. We're going to get you in as soon as possible because we have those relationships built with those specialists, and we're going to have all that set up, part of your discharge packet when you leave.
That really does make it so much easier. And it's not just an ER. You are a full-service hospital. People come into you for all sorts of reasons.
That is correct. So at Avail, we not only do we have the ER side, but we also have an inpatient and observation side. We have inpatients in our hospital every day. We have a full radiology. We have a moderate complex lab and a full dietary. And in fact, we have a chef that prides herself on cooking a homemade meal for every patient that comes in the facility. So one of the things that she loves to do is personally go to your room and say, hey, what would you like to eat? And she goes out and makes it for you.
Wow.
So we really enjoy that. We like the little extras that we're able to do for people. And when you scale down your economy like we have done, you're able to do those extras, and it really doesn't add any cost.
All right, it just makes it a really personal experience, very one-on-one. They're going to take great care of you. So we hope you don't need the emergency room over the holidays, but if you do, we encourage you to visit Avail Hospital on Nelson Road. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We're going to be right back after the break.